My foster parents kicked me out onto the streets and called it a favor. Now 15 years later, they're back, expecting I give back to the people who raised me. I woke up to my things packed and my foster dad's boot kicking me outdoors. You're a failure, but if you make us proud, we'll come back one day. This is a favor for you. They didn't even let me eat breakfast or take the pictures of my dead parents off my nightstand. The first week sleeping behind the library taught me hunger, but something weird happened when the initial terror wore off. No more 5 a.m. wind sprints. No more being screamed at for reading instead of practicing free throws. No more pretending to care about making the NBA to be their golden ticket just because I was 6'3" at 12. Year 1 was survival mode. I forged enrollment papers for school, showered at the gym, worked nights stocking shelves, but my grades never slipped. Teachers started noticing the kid who solved calculus problems for fun, who rebuilt computers from trash. Mrs. Jones let me stay after class, not asking why I needed the extra time indoors. Year 2 brought unexpected opportunities. My physics teacher pulled strings for early college enrollment. I was taking university courses at 17, mopping floors to pay for textbooks. The campus became my universe. I slept in the 24-hour computer lab, lived on vending machine dinners, and topped every class. Year 3 changed everything. At a hackathon, I met Chris, a venture capitalist judging entries. My solution to optimize city traffic flow won, but he was more interested in how I built it on borrowed laptops. When he learned I was homeless, he didn't pity me. He offered me an internship that came with a stipend, and more importantly, a couch in the startup's office. The startup was failing when I joined. Within 6 months, my code had saved it. Chris made me CTO at 19, equity included. We sold the company 2 years later. My share was 8 figures. I remember staring at the bank balance on a library computer, the same library where I'd once been kicked out for sleeping. With money came transformation. I bought a house, nothing flashy, just mine. Enrolled at MIT, graduated summa cum laude, started my own company. But the biggest change was Fen. We met at a conference where I was speaking about ethical AI. She was brilliant, kind, and when I finally told her about my past, she held my hand and said, "You built yourself. That's extraordinary." Year 8 brought marriage in our backyard. No family on my side, but her parents had adopted me wholesale. Her father called me son. Her mother taught me to cook. We had traditions now. Sunday dinners, holiday cards, inside jokes. Things foster families were supposed to give but never did. Year 10 was magical. Our daughter was born. Lucy had Fen's eyes and my stubborn streak. I held her in the hospital, promising she'd never wonder if she was wanted, never question her worth, never be someone's failed investment. Fen and I built our second company together, focusing on educational access for homeless youth. By year 15, everything had transformed. 3 kids, 2 successful exits, 1 tech empire. We lived in Silicon Valley, not for status, but for the work. My foundation had housed over 1,000 homeless teenagers, sent hundreds to college. Forbes had done a profile. Time magazine called me the conscious face of tech. I'd become everything my foster parents couldn't have imagined because they only saw dollar signs where there was a person. Last Tuesday, everything shifted again. I was making breakfast when the doorbell rang insistently. Through the security camera, I saw them. 15 years older, same entitled faces, dragging suitcases toward our door. I opened the door before they could ring again. They pushed past me like they owned the place. Foster mom already appraising the foyer. Foster dad eyeing the art. "We knew you'd make us proud eventually," foster mom said, settling onto our couch. Though honestly, tech money? We were thinking NBA, but this works. We'll need the guest house. Can't expect us to keep living in that tiny place after raising you. Fen walked downstairs with Lucy on her hip, the twins trailing behind. She stopped, confused by the strangers making themselves at home. "Who are these people?" she asked me. "The ones who raised him," foster dad announced. "His parents. We're moving in." Lucy looked at them, then at me. "Daddy, why is that man lying? Grandma and Grandpa live in Boston." The twins stared at the strangers. "Are you Daddy's work people?" one asked politely. Foster mom's face went pale. "We're his family. We raised him, fed him, put a roof over his head. For 3 years," I said calmly, "until I stopped being useful. Then you threw me onto the streets at 15. In case you forgot, I have the police report from when you reported me as a runaway to avoid abandonment charges." "That was tough love," foster dad sputtered. "Look what you became because of it." "I became this despite you," I replied. "Fen, these are the people who kicked me out for wanting to study instead of play basketball. Kids, these are strangers who think they're owed something. They're leaving now." Foster mom stood up frantic. "We're your parents. You owe us. I owe you exactly what you gave me after throwing me out." "Nothing." I pulled out my phone. "Security will escort you out." "Well, I'm not leaving." Full story on channel linked below.